Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Gal, the guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The 20.
Russ Gentry is back, baby.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Come on, let's go! 1, 9.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Floyd. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, the team.
He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go. What?
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
What? 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great
That was
effort
pretty
there
painful looking,
with another
but
touchdown, number
drive go
24 on the
complete
year.
as
And the
Russ
Steelers
Gentry
find a way
keeps
to
on
stretch their
running it
lead.
up. I'm
He
amazed
keeps
he
carrying the
wasn't
ball
the
into the
injured
end
one on
zone,
that
and
play.
in this
Look
one,
at
he's sorta
that.
carrying the
Ugh.
team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
Taken from just outside the 30. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Game.
So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a three-score game, though, fourth quarter. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Floyd. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I noticed that nobody goes in there, grabs him, or that goes in front and pushes him back to prevent him from gaining those extra
catch of the game
yards.
defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they went on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Finally, how many hits did I get on?
Down on the field. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pick up there. $20 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Caldwell. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Green, 39.
And they'll run it here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, land.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Slipped one tackle, but no.
Well, that was a
He's knocked
humiliating
to the deck
one, wasn't it?
behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll give it to him up the middle. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate.
Yeah, that was not good.
An extra defensive back on the field here
2
for 3rd and
players
goal.
flattened on that play, and one of them is hurt.
Come on, let's go. Spread 38.
This is certainly killing Russ Gentry's running for average yardage, but
And on the ground they go with a running back.
he got them
And he's
146
in.
real TD
Touchdown,
that
Steelers. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, 4 down. Come on, let's go. Spread 38.
To throw on 2nd down. Floyd looking middle, and it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Let's go. White, 9.
From the gun on 3rd down. Floyd, and a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the
Flag
call.
my hair, Yars. He tripped over me. There was no roughing there.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing
I also
the ball,
love how his
but you
position
have to
was
know
right
when to
left
back
end.
off, pull up,
You
and
needed
now here's
any
the
more
penalty.
indications that that was a clear bug.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Back to throw. Floyd. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he works works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Looking to throw. Floyd. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
We got 3. Here we go. White 90.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And fights through one man. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
He may not have gotten a sack. Whoever that was just saved them.
You still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself
nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Yet again, my O-line crumbles into dust. Say the political touchdown.
A little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Pittsburgh, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Closing in on the big 200k XP. Glad I looked at that before I advanced the week. Force home win as per usual. Screw playoff implications. I think he might get it. What is it, 16 away? 18. One more season worth of rushing TDs. There's still one game left. See if it can be done. Ravens proving their idiocy by letting go of Anna Norris. Ten and 5. Ooh. So playoff team against playoff team. Let's see, will the Cardinals look to have a ton of momentum going into the playoffs and immediately become second most fit or become the runner up to the Super Bowl favorites in terms of who's likely to win it, or will they lose and go in 10 and 6? Dolphins, Thunderbirds, Colts, and Broncos. Ooh, the Broncos have fallen out. Well, plenty of teams still in the mix. Next week will be interesting.